production calculations, and I'm going to try to explain this very carefully because this is where I get a lot of questions. So here you have efficiency curves. These are just two different suppliers, so you can see it's not exactly the same from supplier to supplier, but it is consistent. The top curve is the permanent magnet generator, and the bottom curve is the doubly fed generator. But looking at the generator by itself isn't really telling the whole story, so you have to add the efficiency curves of the generator, the converter, the gearbox, and also the performance curves of the blades. To do that, you come up with this nice curve, and this is the really interesting one in my opinion. So the blue line here is the doubly fed, and you see at full power, so this is percentage of rated power down here. At full power, the doubly fed has a higher efficiency, but at partial power, the permanent magnet has a higher efficiency. And again, this is the gearbox plus the generator plus the converter plus the efficiency, the performance curves of the rotor. The reason that partial power is important, if you look here, this is a wind speed distribution for a typical site, and you're spending most of your time, so this is hours here and this is wind speed, you're spending most of your operating time at partial power, so the efficiency at that partial power becomes much more critical to your annual energy production rather than the efficiency at full power. So you have some results here. There's a little bit more than a 2% increase at the same site when you use a when you use a permanent magnet configuration compared to doubly fed. And there's a small increase when you use a medium voltage compared to a low voltage. It also depends a little bit on some of the constants in the turbine and in the site. So here you see when you change the rotor size, it affects the difference. So the difference between doubly fed and permanent magnet is much bigger when you have a larger rotor. So as the rotors get larger and larger, the difference between permanent magnet and doubly fed becomes bigger and bigger. On the wind class, so here you have the doubly fed again as the baseline, the permanent magnet increase. For a class 1 site, it's smaller, and then as you get to lower and lower wind speed sites, the difference is more and more significant.